Okay, now we go to example. I think maybe we can have two example. The first one is example, and the second one not example. How is that? Okay, guys. The first one is example. I will give you, I will describe or I will explain everything. The second one, you think about it. Okay, so we have two example. The first one will be we have something we call it emergency monitoring system. Emergency monitoring system, actually I can first explain what they have said here. We have this system, it's just to show or to view report in if there is any emergency case. So we have here many sensors. Okay, it's distributed maybe in any area, and these sensors actually it's sent some information to the system. So there is many information should be gathering, and then based on this information, okay, this system should give a report, and this report is weekly report, for example. So we have one guy, he should come and view this report. Actually can give alarm or something, that is it's here also can give alarm, but also we have also user to view this report. Okay, this is the system, many sensors deployment deploy in different area, and these sensors send information or sense, for example, the weather, or sense something, and then send the information to the system, and then the system should generate report, and there is a user have to come and check this report. So this is the description of the system. So if you see here, based on this, what the main function of this system, actually we can say, okay, the main function is generate report. The main function, one of the other function is view the report. So this is the function of the system. It's the use cases. It's the use cases. So let's see the function, or let's see how the use cases look like. First, okay, we have the first one, for example, view alarms. Okay, they call it alarms. After generating this emergency or generating the report, so the user, this monitoring operators is a human, he can view the alarm. If there is any alarms, if there is any important things there, it's catching by the system. So this guy, he can come and view these alarms. So this is the first what we can say is the first use case. So here this guy is request to view the status of all alarms. So here's the description. As we see here, we have the name and then the summary. What's this? The main function, or the main function of this use case. They say here, the monitoring operators, what he do? View standing alarms. Who's the actor? We have only one actor, which is the monitoring. So this because just view, that means the system with the operators. The system with the operators only. Okay. So what else here? We have the sequence. How's done this one? The monitoring is request to view the outstanding alarm. The system display the outstanding alarms. From each alarms, the system display the name of alarms, description, location, and the status, for example, high, medium, or low. Emergency situation as alternative sequence in step 2. For example, after view the alarms, outstanding alarms, emergency situation, there is some emergency situation, system display emergency warning message. Okay, so as you see here, the very simple use case, just as is in the sequence, the main and the alternative also it's simple. So this one it's the view alarms. So we have another one, which is generate the alarms. Generate the alarms, it will be when the user also request, also request to generate the alarms. Generate the alarms, yes. When the user itself, it's generate the alarms. But here, for example, maybe the user it's check all the alarms and then he want to confirm and he want to generate the alarms again. So what the sequence do, or what this operation do actually, it's generate all the alarms from where? From the sensors. From the sensor. So here we have input. We have input device. This is just this slide just to show that there is input devices here as an actor. So these devices starting, okay, maybe sent, as we see now guys, not requested by the human, is just sent this information from the users, from what? From the input devices. All the information collected from the sensors and then sent to the devices to generate to the system to generate the alarm. So here that we have, because here is the primary actor. So these devices, which is the sensors, okay, starting these use cases or this use case, start this use case and then send to maybe to the generate. These alarms will be sent to monitors or the operators. So here the second type of input device, or the second type of the actors, which is input device. So here we have a timer. We have a timer. So in this timer, for example, as we say, the system is able to generate weekly report. So how we can generate weekly report? There is alarms. There is a timer. Should be weekly generate or maybe sent. What we can say is a trigger to the system to generate weekly report. So this is the second or the third type of actors, which is timer. So the timer starting and then generate this report. That means run this use case and then send to the user, to the human user. So this is the timer. So here also is the another actors, which is system. System, here we have external system generate monitoring data. We can consider all the, what we can say, all the sensors as one system, for example, as one system. So this system is sent all the data to the system. This system, which is external system, sent all the data or generated data or monitoring data to the system, and then we generate the data. Now just data, not alarms, okay, not the data only. So it's starting by the external system and then sent to the system itself, and then it's to the monitors. So this is the fourth actors, which is external system actors. So guys, here it's all together. If you see here, we have, this is the function. We can say is each function is represent as one use cases. So few alarms, view monitoring data, generate alarms, and generate monitoring data. We have here monitoring operators, guys. Here, if you see here the system here, guys, later you will see in the next slide. We have here, if you see, I mean the actors here, we have only the monitoring operators. We have only, and we have, okay guys, here maybe not missing, maybe it's not included, which is the timer, but it's okay, just consider it as we already explained, because view weekly report is not here, but we have it is in this system. So here guys, we have these use cases and we have two actors in this system. Okay, the other actors I already explained in the previous slides. Here also guys, here we can say here now we have the another two actors, and these two actors actually behave the same behaviors, which is remote sensors. In the remote sensor, we have the sensor itself. We have the sensor, the monitoring sensor, we can consider as the monitor, the sensor not itself, and this one is the system. So both here we can say this one is the generalization. This remote sensor, it's general actors, and this remote sensor is represent both two actors, which is monitoring sensors and remote sensor. Because if you see, okay, what the function of this and what the function of this, it's almost the same. Collect the data and then send to the main system, or the main, yes, the main system. So it's working same, or it's doing one job. So guys, as I mentioned, is the timer, which is related to weekly report, is not here. Okay, while the others, it's all here. So guys, this is all about emergency monitoring system. So in this emergency monitoring system, we have some functions, and we represent each function as one use cases, and as one use case, and we show here the relation between the system and these actors. Okay, this is more explanation about the same system. Okay guys, this is just skip it. Okay, skip it later. I will keep it in the slides, but just skip it. We have, this is the second, we have here the second topic, or the second example, which is elevators. That's why one of your groups ask, okay, can we select the elevators? No, don't select, because I will use it. Emergency system and elevators, this I will use it many times in our class. So okay, cannot select it as project. So the second exercise, example exercise, which is okay, show me your muscle. It's elevators. It's okay, I select this one as exercise, because everybody know how it's work, how the elevators work, even though I have here a description. We have here description. So here we have the, okay, let me start with the components here. We can say we have a set of elevators button. We have also is the lamp for each elevators. We have a motor. We have elevators door. So how it's work, okay, this is also the scenario of how this system is work. So we have up, down, floor, button for each edge level. As well, we have lamp to indicate, okay, you are in level 1, 2, 3. Okay, what else here? So here the description, how it's work. Okay, once you press the button, okay, the elevator should close the door, and then after that start. Okay, if you press, for example, now 3, so if the elevator's in the first floor, the elevator should go to the third floor, and the same time the elevator should waiting any response from any other waiting from any input. I mean, not only to level 3, no, if anyone during the way to level 3 anyone press the button, so the elevator should stop and react to these events. So here the explanation here, this is the second point, is the hardware parts of this system. As I say here, we have input output device, which is the button. We have the floor button. Also we have the arrive sensor. Here to check if you are now in level what we can say the destination level or not. As well, we have something else where the motor itself, I don't know where I put it, but we have also the motor as the hardware. So here the description of the system, here the hardware of the system, here the main components of the system. Okay, I think now, even after I explain or before I explain, how it's work, how the elevators work is the normal one. So here also what's okay, we can say is the relation between these the components of the system. Okay, we have the elevators, we have the motors, we have here, okay, the lamp for each floor like this, and up or down. Okay, So this is the relation between the components. Here guys, it's later you will see this one. Later we will see this figure. Later we see this, or we can say is the class diagram. So just look to this, the motor, and then each floor should look like this, and then we have the button from inside as well and outside. So guys, here if we talk about now the use case, we want to just describe the use case diagram. So once you have this system, what you have to think about first, what the first point you have to think, you say how I can develop the use case of this system. How we can develop the use case of this system. Guys, hello guys. Hello guys.
Hello, sir.
Yes guys. Guys, if you want me to record, only record and then share with you, it's okay. But now, okay, we have live class. That means I will explain and then some parts, and then I ask you some parts. If only recording, maybe better for me a record at night or any times when I'm, we can say it's can produce a good video and then just upload to anywhere and then share with you. No, I do the same. I do both. So now if you have any question, you can ask as well. I have some question. I need you, as I told you, we have, for example, two examples. The first one is I show you how we can find the use cases. So the second one, sorry guys, maybe my voice is not clear. I don't know. The second one, how we can, I'm asking you, the second one is exercise. How we can describe or develop the use case of this system. Just discuss. So here we have, okay, for example, what's the main, okay, if divided into functions, okay, the main function is the user or able to, for example, okay, if you go for more detail, for example, request, right? This is the main one. Request, for example, a lever, or request the elevators. So if the elevators in level 5, I'm in level 1. So the first function, the user or this elevator should respond to my request. So if I just say this is the first one, so what's the next one? The next function.
Select the floor, sir.
Again?
Select the floor number.
Okay, select the floor number. Can. Okay, also we can say, okay, reach the destination. After I request, also can take me to the destination. So guys, okay, let me now show you these use cases. You can improve it. It's not the final one. Even me, I write it like this, but I think it can be improved. So, okay, based on the description, guys, we can develop these two. For the first one is, for example, I select the elevators. So the system should able, once I click the button, so that's mean I request the elevator. So that's the this system should respond to this request. So here in this request elevator, this is just, I told you, very simple one. In the next slide we will improve this use case diagram. So here we just, if we talk about this one, request the elevators. So here the main actors is, or the primary actors is the user and the system, and the second hand, or in the other hand, is the sensor. So why the sensor? Because it's the one it will, or we can say it will check where the elevators now. Okay, because the system here, for example, it will respond or will receive the elevators request, or the request elevators from the user, which is the human, and then to find where's now the elevators. So this is from the another side, which is from the sensor. We have another use cases, which is select the destination. Who will select the destination? The same thing is the user when it's press the button of select the destination. So the same thing is also linked with the arrive sensor. So this is the first two use cases, the first two. So we have another one, even I told you can improve it. So guys, this is the description of, you can read it as it's not that difficult, just the description, and the sequence here is just, when you read the sequence carefully, the sequence of these use cases, which is the first one is request the elevator. So what's mean request here, what's the main, just the summary of this, the user at the floor press an up or down flow button to request the elevators. Okay, so if you are in any floor and then you want to request, just press the button. So this is the main function of this. So what will happen here in this scenario, it's show you or describe what will happen. So the second one is select destination. So the user in the elevator press up or down elevator button to select the destination floor which want to move to. Okay guys, here guys we have another, as we can see here. Okay, once you select, for example, if we take this one is request or select, both is linked with another use cases. For example, here request elevator, of course after you request and you reach to your destination, the elevator should stop. Even we can say is the function here, stop the elevators at the floor is a function. For example, the system should should able to stop in the time, so, or in the destination floor. So this is also is a function, but here is not main function. So but it's we can say it's a primary function, not primary function, it's secondary function, because it will be implemented after another function. Okay, so here we have another two, which is stop elevators at the floor, and this part, the elevators, both it's not the main, I mean this will not be interact with the user direct, but it will be initiated by another another use cases. It will be initiated or will be started by another use cases. So here this one, the description of each use cases. We have two another use cases. Actually here I put this is red color, maybe later you read. This is some different than the previous one, because when we change also the previous use cases. You see guys, I told you here this one, I don't know, maybe you got this point or not. Here the select the destination, we already write the description, right? We already write the description here there, but once we add these two use cases, so we change this description, we change the description, so we add something. So for example, I add this line, and the second here we add these two lines. So because this is the same request, not the new one. Why here this is the stop and dispatch the elevators. Okay guys, I think you have to start. This one is actually assignment, is part of your project. You have to start, do your project. Here this is the assignment is related to your project. You know how to do the use cases, so start do your use cases for your project. So I think that's all for today. Okay, if you have a question guys, you can ask. It's not a new topic, by the way, as we see, it's just use cases diagram. We just use cases, and then I just grab your attention to the new things, which is different type of actors. We have human. Beside the human, we have the input output device, we have external device, we have timer, we have the what we say beside the actors, which is the human, the user, we have the device, input output device, we have external system, and we have timer. Because I say all device, not all devices.